boom.
Biddly bo. Yes, yo. Here we go. Ain't nobody down round here. Nobody do it how he does it. We've had some complaints, so we've turned the backlight off because people can't handle the halo that I'm constantly wearing. But I've got it on anyway. Be it light, be it dark, be it 1, be it 3, be it 2, nobody cares. We've got to move back to get his greatness in. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. He's in, he's on, he's over, he's here. A bit of transfer talk, bit of bullshit talk to go through. All aboard the bullshit bus. You know, nobody do it how he does it. The cold is subsiding somewhat. There might be a sniffle or two. As there was less preparation in terms of sniffles. I made sure I'd cleaned myself out yesterday, but not necessarily done that today, so not quite as prepared. Off on Just Joe's, the arch nemesis. I'm off on his show at 9 o'clock to talk about transfers and whatnot, and things that we've discussed today, and just things in general, I would imagine. That is at 9 o'clock. I think Luke from Auto No Better's on there and Lockie, so it should be a good show. So tune into that at 9 o'clock. Quick shit, vid. Yes, yo. Ain't nobody down round here. I really can't see the problem with Farke saying that the squad is good enough for promotion as stands. I've said that I've got a slight problem, or I think he's tripped himself up with saying that he doesn't like a big squad, and that's what Bielsa said, allegedly said, and it all goes. Fans go down these rabbit holes with these things that's said like that. If something decent comes up, I promise you, Farke wants them in the door. Straight in. If they're good enough, they're straight onto the pit. He needs promote. He wants promotion, I would argue, more than us lot. So, I don't think he's into like this idea that he's just a stubborn man and it's just like, I'll sit in third, me. I'm quite happy for third. On that, somebody tried to have a bet with me yesterday about that we won't be in the top 2 in the next 6 weeks. But then he went quiet as to how much you want to bet on it. So I will be up for that bet, providing it's not just silly money and providing we have somebody in between that can actually hold both people's money. Because what I aren't doing is having a bet with somebody that doesn't pay up, and then if I lose, I'll pay up. So we're not having that is for sure. We're not messing around with these bets. If somebody decent comes up, just like if something comes up, it must come out. Is that not what you want to hear as a fan as well, though? Saying that, I think the squad's good enough, I will get us promotion with this squad. Everybody chill out, I will get promotion with this squad, and then we'll have a chat in the summer about strengthening. Because we will need to strengthen going into the Premier League. Now, that being said, there's no need for us not to bring anybody in. So, wherever we can strengthen, obviously, let's strengthen, guys. So Ben Davies, this was spoke about last January. I actually remember speaking about this. Sometimes I wonder whether it's easier just for media to reprint an article, fast stand, speed dial, just so that it's like, just right, running out, just recycle some of that shit from last January. It's all a year on, like his contract will be a year further down. Like get it wanged in, Don't even amend it. Just re-upload it. And I'm going to do the similar thing now, but unfortunately I can't remember what I said about him other than the fact I laughed at the fact that he's Welsh because, we're becoming more and more, just the Welsh football club in the Championship. He's only played 4 games in the Prem thus far, but I think he's had a few injury problems and stuff. I said last year, I know that I said this, you'd have to argue that that's a decent signing. He can play, he's a centre-back, but he can play left-back. He's 31 now, he's valued at about 8 to 10 million. As I say, he's got a few injury problems, as always. That's when, when they tend to drop down. In terms of the signings, like signing him at 31, he's like, what is he going to do a job for us? He's played a lot of Premier League games, or he's a Premier League footballer, of that there's no doubt. His contract expires June 2025, so shit, that's now, innit? Is that this year? I'm going to drop the ball if I don't get a grip. I forgot we turned into 2025. Happy New Year, Badger. Happy New Year, matey. Happy New Year, aye. Everybody's gone into meltdown because for 2 reasons. So all aboard the bullshit bus. Jack Harrison, not even going to discuss it. The bloke ain't coming back. There's loads of talk. I think Leeds fans they also love getting whipped into a stir as well. So it's like, normally, like I've spoke about going on nights out with people and you just think, keep going on at him. Like, with Wilder, just reel him in, watch him go, he'll bite eventually. And like, sometimes, they don't want to bite, but then I feel like some fans, some Twitterites, are just like so ready to be so mad and angry about shit. And he's like, just give me the ammunition and let me go. And then they're like, and just blaze through as many Twitter profiles as they possibly can. If Jack Harrison comes back to Leeds United, I'll give that lad what he offers in his bet regardless, even if we lose, even if I win the bet. Ben Diaz is off back to Sheffield United, allegedly. Could be on loan, so obviously he's banged in a few goals over years in Championship. It could turn into a permanent deal. Now, it's interesting, this. You know, he did all right in Premier League when he went to Sheffield United, but he got a move to, I can't remember where he went, somewhere in La Liga. I don't know, he got a decent move and didn't score a goal. He's had 2 decent seasons in the Championship. So in 2 seasons, he got 22 goals and 14 goals in 43 games, 22 goals a season before, played every game. The 3 seasons before that, he got 7 goals, 1 goal and 1 goal. He's got 53 goals in 213 Championship games. Now, I'm not saying that won't be a decent signing for Sheffield United, but is that better than Parisley? I know we're on about, having some backup or whatever. I think we're going to be all right up top. I think it's going to be hard to get someone in. Sheffield are also on about trying to loan that Hamza Chowdhury guy from Leicester, who I do think's quite a decent loan, to be fair. That would strengthen their squad, but we don't really need Hamza Chowdhury, do we, in sort of centre mid. I mentioned this yesterday, but nobody watched my video due to I uploaded by accident exactly the same time as my arch nemesis Just Joe, and whenever I do that, and it is purely accidental, he just mullers me and his views go, mine go, like that, which I did text him and tell him. So, I said, never do that again to me, mate. Never do that to me again. But the title, I was discussing the titles and like the way the media, like even our media, like Leeds Live and all these Leeds, and I'm same, we all do it. The titles are always mental. But the bottom, I don't mind the crazy title, the stupid title, but the footer, like the last note was, unless we start to show ambition, we are sleepwalking into another Championship season. That to me is just crazy talk. It's just like, do you even mean that? Honestly, unless we start to show ambition, like we show ambition all the time, don't we? I know people just want people in the door, and I'm on board with it. Let's get some signings in. I don't want the bullshit excuse at the end of window when, Kinnear comes out and says, we tried, but it's like, well, everybody else tries and everybody else gets something done, don't they? I think we're looking for a certain type of player. I think we have a certain model that they will follow regardless. They believe in it. It is what it is, innit? There's been some talk, though, and I'm up for this. All aboard. And bit of dictionary corner, because I don't really know how he says his name, but he did get a belting goal against us last year. That Lath guy from Middlesbrough, whether or not they'll want to sell him or not, but whether they'll want to let him go, because they're obviously in a relatively decent position, but that would be a decent signing. He's obviously a striker. He got 16 goals last season, which is a decent return, very similar to Peru. But he's got 12 goals thus far this season, so that, he's on to, whether or not that you double that over the season, do you know what I mean? He might not score again for the end of the season, but they only signed him for 4 million. They want about 15 million for him, apparently, which isn't that bad. He's got 2.5 years left on his contract, so it would be like, he's 26. I think that's a decent signing. But apparently, Ipswich, Leicester and West Ham want him, but, they'll sort of know about him. I'm not too sure about West Ham. They've just been their manager off, haven't they? So, I don't know how they know who wants who there, but maybe they've been talking to Potter for donks, who knows. And that Andrew, I spoke about him yesterday, but nobody were here. Andrew Omobamidele, who's at Notts Forest, who's obviously, he's not playing much because they're absolutely flying at the minute. But he's been hailed. I spoke about him yesterday. It could be a loan with an obligation to buy or whatever, which I'd be up for that. He's only 22, Republic of Ireland international. I'd be up for this signing, that's all right. But he has been muted as a young Rio Ferdinand, which, I have to say, and I dislike Rio Ferdinand on many different levels. I liked him when he was at the club, but I don't like him as a pundit. I didn't like him when he went to that place in Manchester. I don't like him as a guy, but that's not the point, is it? To call him the young... I know they do this, don't they, the news articles, where they say, he's a young Rio Ferdinand, but these are actually like, people in the media, former footballers saying this about him. A young Rio Ferdinand is a young Rio Ferdinand. I know they're saying he's a young Rio Ferdinand to be, but a young Rio Ferdinand was a young Rio Ferdinand. So if you're saying he's a young Rio Ferdinand, he should have been playing for West Ham regularly for 3 years. He was playing in the Champions League when he was 22. Andrew Omobamidele is 22 and can't get in the team for Notts Forest, who are flying, granted. But when Rio Ferdinand was 22 million, he was 22 years old. He was 18 million, most expensive defender of all time, playing in the Champions League. When he was 24, he moved to that team in Manchester for 30-something million, didn't he? So I'd take a step back. Even if I was Andrew Omobamidele, I'd be ringing these journalists like, I don't mind it, mate, but can you just go easy on the insane comparisons? It don't really do me many favours. The Watford manager, Tom Cleverley, who obviously played for that team in Manchester as well, has had a few words about us. Leeds, Sheffield United, Burnley and Sunderland. He's basically just said that we're a cut above the rest. Just saying, in terms of mentality and how we can grind out results. And I know saying that we grind out results will blow everybody's mind. Saying, oh, we don't fuck grind out results, throw fucking games away. Like, yeah, but more often than not we grind results out. But we're not much of a team that do grind results out, in fairness. We don't really need to. This is one of the arguments I have all the time with fans. We don't have to grind games out because more often than not, we're just winning the games. It's not like, with the greatest respect to Sheffield, Burnley, even Sunderland, who aren't grinding results out. We're grinding more results out than them, but they tend to be grinding results out in general. We tend to dominate games, don't we? And that's not a diss towards Sheffield, who I've absolutely no affinity towards. Wilder the Wanker himself said that we're the best team that he's played. We're a cut above the rest, when we battered them at home, which everybody seems to have long forgot. Yeah, it's just, we're the best team in the league, aren't we, boys? And I'm loving it. We just need to get back on board. Let's not worry about Meslier Silent S for the time being. I'll be on Jaws in 2 hours, 55 minutes, but that time will have changed by the time you're seeing this video, obviously, because the video isn't uploaded yet, and I'm currently speaking on the video that I will then be releasing to the world of YouTube for you all to watch. But number two, you might not watch it the second it comes out, which even if you did, it'd still be late. I'm on Just Joe at 9 PM. That's all you need to worry about. Get yourselves in and on and over there. Lego.
Boom.
JackCity, bitch. JackCity, bitch. Hey!
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprises. Why?